What's going on, guys? It's Coach Noob back in the building with another one. As usual, it's gonna be jam packed full of jewels. And your time is always appreciated because you could be doing anything but you hear me checking out these reviews. Yo, this one's another wild one, man. It's about a man who shoots and kills his wife before taking his own life, man. Let's get to it.
Val and Terrell, a lot of families shocked and shaken here in this Plainfield neighborhood. One woman tells me she heard arguing coming from this home shortly before 6 a.m., then minutes later, gunshots. According to Joliet police, a husband shot and killed his wife, then took his own life early this morning. Police are investigating this as a murder suicide.
Hey, mental health, physical health, spiritual health, decision making, man.
Gun can be seen in the front yard from Chopper 7 above. The coroner removing both bodies from the home located in the 1800 block of Berkshire Court in this cul-de-sac. The body of the 40-year-old man was located in the front yard, while his 40-year-old wife's body was in the garage. Police say 4 children, ages 3 to 16, were at home at the time, but were not hurt. People who live nearby stunned by what happened.
Yeah, I bet. It's, it's crazy, man. You heard how they say they heard arguing, man. And that's like 90% of the time, it's an argument that starts and then it becomes physical, turns into a domestic, and then it turns into a murder or a homicide, bro. This one is a murder suicide, man. And the only ones who really suffer are the kids, though, at the end of the day. For one, just having to go through that, them arguing all the time, and it becoming a normal thing. Like trauma shouldn't it shouldn't ever be a normal thing for real though. And then if you're having problems with your wife, man, and you're having those kind of thoughts like, well, all right, we're not seeing eye to eye. We haven't been for a while. I'm just gonna take her life and then mine. Like that's crazy, bro. You shouldn't even have to think like that, especially with the one that you signed up to live the rest of your life with, man. And yeah, marriage it's easy to get married, and even though it can get messy sometimes, and you might have to go through some extra steps, like getting a divorce isn't that bad, especially when it could save lives, man. And if you have been arguing for a while, like we all know that every day is not the same, man. Especially when you're married, bro. You're gonna go through stuff sometimes. Should you have to go through stuff 6 out of 7 days of the week? No. 7 days a week? No. Shit, not even 7 days in a month. You shouldn't even be arguing with your wife, bro. It's way too much fighting and arguing going on if you guys are arguing that much, man. That's a clear sign that that's not the one that you need to be with, man. And it's healthier for everybody, even you, the kids, and your wife, if you guys separate, man, or if you get divorced, or whatever you guys have to do so you stop arguing until you can come to some type of agreement, which is either agree to disagree and, you know, compromise on something or just, you know, get a divorce, bro, and co parent. And now ages 3 through 16, and there's 4 kids there. You don't even have to talk to her, just for the simple fact that the oldest one is 16. Pretty sure that they had a cell phone, and they're old enough to the point where you don't even have to talk to her if you want to talk to your youngest one, which is 3. You know what I'm saying? Because a 16-year-old can handle that communication with all the kids, and you wouldn't even ever have to talk to your baby mom again if you didn't want to, man. So, not thinking clearly and rationally, you know what I'm saying, in a marriage as a man, bro, these are the kind of decisions that you make when you get in your feelings, bro. Thinking that the best solution is to take out your wife, bro, that's not, you know what I'm saying? And then, he really thought about it after he did it, and then he took his own life because he felt like there wasn't any other way out. That was it. You know what I'm saying? I took her life, and it's over with. Which, you know what I'm saying? Taking anybody's life, man, is crazy, bro. 'Cause you really shouldn't do that. And then to just, take your wife's life as well, bro, or your life as well. After that, man, you can clearly see that, that's a emotional judgment, bro. Because you're so upset and your emotions are all over the place. Your thinking is all over the place. You didn't even give yourself time to calm down and start thinking clearly again, bro, before you did that. That's all that was for real, man. And like I said, the only ones that really ended up hurt the most were the kids, because now, they have to go with family members or something like that. Or if they don't have family members, they're going to have to go to the state. They might be separated, anything like that. Or, maybe one family member can't take all the kids, stuff like that, bro. So, it's just a lot of stuff you have to think about, especially when you're, before you even start arguing, bro, you should have, at least think about the longevity of the situation. Like, where is this really gonna end up if I keep arguing? What's gonna happen to my kids? Am I gonna be able to take care of them? Because that's the real reason why we're here, bro. Especially after you got, like, when you have kids, bro, to raise them, take care of them, make sure that you know you avoid stuff like this, and they don't ever have to see things like this, man. The world we live in a perfect world, that kind of stuff wouldn't happen, bro. But the world's not perfect.
The neighbors heard arguing early in the morning. Uh, they also told me that they've been arguing for quite some time, like a week or so.
Hey, that's a long time to be arguing too, like a week or so, man. You know what I'm saying? That's 7 days plus. He said or so, so it's no telling. Maybe a week and a half to at least, like, which is, you know, it's crazy, man. And you shouldn't even really keep yourself in that situation because it's draining, bro, mentally, physically, and spiritually. After you get done arguing, you're usually tired, and you know what I'm saying? If you've been yelling all the time, then your voice is out, now you're hoarse and you can't talk because you lost your voice from arguing. You probably fighting with her before you go to work, when you come home, at dinner, and all that. Man, that's, you know what I'm saying? That's crazy, man. Who wants to go through something like that? Like, you'd rather go through arguing all the time instead of just saying, you know what, fuck it, I'm out. Because this is what's going to help us continue to raise our kids and have a healthy relationship for everybody. If the best thing to do is leave, then leave, man.
Somebody heard one shot, a lot of screaming, then another shot, and that's that. It's really sad. It's rough, but we're just gonna pray for them. All we can really do. And when my wife and daughter get home, my daughter's in college, but when they get home, I'm gonna hug them a little tighter tonight.
Yeah, because you just was traumatized. And then that's another thing, too. You just traumatized the whole little cul-de-sac, man. You know what I'm saying? Everybody around there, especially those kids, though. That's what really the messed up part is, man. And if he could take it back, he would, bro. He probably would have just left and wouldn't even argue. But that's the thing, though. That's why it's so important to think about what you're doing, man, before you do it, bro. Like when it comes to relationships and the type of person that you're dealing with, man. So you had to see something good because you got married and you thought it was going to just be sweet or whatever. So that's when the compromise and all that stuff comes into play, bro. Like everything's not going to be perfect all the time, bro. It's about sacrificing, compromises, and if you really want to do it, then that's what has to be done to make, what I'm saying, a marriage work, bro. Especially when there's kids involved and stuff like that.
And Joliet police say the four children were released to a family member while this incident remains under active investigation.
So the kids are with somebody, you know what I'm saying, during the active investigation, bro. So that's good that they'll be able to be together right now. But then they're gonna have to go through a lot of, what I'm saying, like therapy stuff like that because they went through something. That's something that they're never gonna forget. You know what I'm saying? It's not going away. Nightmares for God knows how long and all of that. And this it really doesn't make any sense, bro. At the end of the day, when you think about it, because it's yes, it's easy to say that. You know what I'm saying? And when you're in the heat of the moment and you're arguing, you're not thinking about, what I'm saying, what's gonna happen like to the kids and all of that or what they're going through or how they feel, you know, and I'll bet he didn't even really think about that until he started hearing screaming and stuff. So he just, man, went outside in the front lawn and did that. That's a crazy way to wake up too. If you're a neighbor or something and see something like that, 'cause, like it really shouldn't go on, bro. Uh, hey, stuff happens, man, and it's stuff that could be avoided too, so it doesn't have to happen like that, man. Anyways, it's Coach Noob. Like, share, comment, subscribe if you're digging this kind of content. And your time is always appreciated because you could be doing anything but you hear me checking out these reviews. Until next time, I'm out.